And we're live! Welcome once again to Quest and Quill, Facing the Frontier. Are you excited, everybody?
Yes.
Hell yeah!
This week, where's the manager? On last week's episode, the party were in the Best in the West's penthouse, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. John going to take a peek inside Havel's mind just to see that this man didn't have any bad intentions. Well, at the same time, there was a mysterious knock on the door. Lula went to answer it and greeted by a mysterious guest who then came in and tried to ask her a very piercing question with a rondel dagger. This escalated into a fight, and more assassins jumped in over the balcony, as well as a strange druid man with some nature magic, and a strange swamp man, with some nature magic. The party fought off these assassins, killing them. And then, while interrogating the last man, the bodies began to shift and move together, merging into some shapeless, formless, unspeakable beast, which the party then had to fight again. And in the fight, two of the party, Havel and this mysterious stranger who came to help them, were covered in a acidic green bile, scorching their bodies, burning them, dropping them unconscious, while the creature itself burnt a hole in the tavern's floor and fell ultimately to its doom, where Lula jumped in and pounced on it, putting it out of its horrendous misery. The party is now still in the penthouse. The floor is on fire. Two of the party members are unconscious. Havel has had some of the bile wiped from him. The other individual is completely unconscious and covered in this horrendous, stinky, acidic, burning green liquid. And Lula is on top of the monster, shaking the flames that are now starting to lick at everything around.
Oh.
The air smells of stink, bile, and burning, billowing smoke.
I guess Aslan will probably rush to help the others who are downed.
Okay.
Which one is still covered in acid?
It seems that the human from the swamp is still completely covered in the stuff.
Is there any water left from the cask that John was using?
There was some, but John, you stand with this cask. Are you going to hand it over to Aslan?
I think John had dragged Havel into the room, and the cask was on a table, and so John had dragged him underneath that, and so he just opened up the spigot on it, and let water fall down on him, and then took a handkerchief and tried to get it off of him as best he could without burning his own hand. The acidic filth.
You're able to somewhat successfully wipe enough of the stuff off of Havel that he is no longer taking damage. Aslan, you walk into the room, seeing John pouring this water and trying to wipe off the stinky, acidic gunk.
I would say I would rush in and say, John, clean the other one too. I'll help this one. And I guess I will try to stabilize Havel
Okay,
with medicine check.
please give me a medicine check.
That's a
John.
13.
John gets up to go and run to Angios, but he stops a moment and looks to him and asks, "Is Lula okay?"
Yeah, I think so. She screamed something, but it sounded good.
Let me check.
He
He runs out of the room.
You're gonna hear from downstairs. Just Luna. Yeah, she's just gonna start making noises like, I can't tell whose blood this is. All the pain, so much pain. Oh God!
So John runs over to the hole in the floor, trying to avoid the flames that will lick at his heels, and he peers down into it. He says, "Are you okay, Lula?"
Yeah, just oh God. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just give me a sec. Just give me a sec. Jeez. I'm good. I'm good.
Up here when you can.
Okay.
You're gonna the others. He goes and turns around and looks to Angios.
Aslan is able to successfully stabilize Havel. You are breathing, but unconscious on 0 HP. Angios is burning. That exchange is 6 seconds. He sizzles.
Shit. John looks him over. He's like, "Oh God!" And then he goes and tries and grab at his clothes with his bare hands. He's like, "Fuck!" And then he bears with the pain, and he still tries to drag him over back to the table.
Mm-hmm. Your hands sizzle with the acidic gunk covering them as you drag him, but it's not enough to do any actual damage.
Okay. And then yeah, he brings him over to the basin and tries to see if there's enough water left to wash him off.
It's running low. It's getting sketchy.
Okay. He tries it anyways. I guess he would grab like one of the sheets from the one of the beds and just tear it out from underneath the blanket, and he's gonna try and use that to wipe away at the acid.
Please make me a medicine check.
Okay.
Also, Aslan is gonna empty his water skin on
Angios.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
John, you can do all of that, and as you're wiping and wiping and wiping, there's no heartbeat, there's no breath.
Lula, we need your help.
As soon as you said the first Lula, she stumbles into the door.
And the internet.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? God damn it. What did you guys not hear?
I don't think he's breathing.
Shit. She busy fumbles. She fumbles through her bags and she gets her healer's kit. And she crouches down next to John and she says, not breathing? Did he try to stabilize him?
What do I do? Do I slap him in the face or something?
Yeah, give him a few love taps in the meantime. Let me just try get some health into him. And as she's doing that, Lula rolls to heal. Just get that roll quickly. Oh my god.
At this point, you need to roll to resuscitate.
Oh. What do I need to roll?
You can make me a medicine check, like the healer's kit. So using your proficiency and your wisdom, I think it was, right?
Can I help her since I'm also proficient?
Explain how you help, please.
I guess he would come next to Lula and, I don't know, perform some CPR or something.
Okay.
Oh, great. Aslan, here. Come on. Gonna need your strength. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
John would
2,
try
1.
Angios in the face.
With advantage, I got a 14 on medicine.
There's no heartbeat. There's no breath. And the more and more you press, this gunk gets on all of you as you're crouching over the body. You need to start cleaning it off yourselves. It's starting to sting.
Oh,
Diego Lula? Dead?
shit. Oh, God. Okay. Wait. No, he's not dead. He's fuck. Okay. Does Luna notice that is he still in the gunk or is he out the gunk?
There's no more gunk on him. You guys have successfully cleaned him off,
Yep.
but he lost consciousness a while ago, and the skin is third-degree burns. The body is lifeless.
Oh, there's no pulse. That didn't work. One more time.
You see, like
Aslan, one more time,
all the
please.
soft tissue around like his mouth and whatever is melted away. Nostrils, ears are like half there. It's pretty rough.
Oh,
Hmm.
shit. Uh,
Well,
I don't know.
not much
I don't
else to
know.
do then.
I don't know. I don't know. No, there's something. We can do
Come on.
something.
It's too late, Lola. We gotta get out of here. Maybe we can find Barnaby.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Maybe. Get Barnaby. Get Barnaby. I got to try something. I got to try something. And Luna just frantically gets his healer's kit out and tries to, fix what's already broken.
You can expend the use of the kit in your effort, but unfortunately, this is beyond the capabilities that you have.
Yeah. John will walk over and put a dirty hand on her shoulder. He'll say, "It's okay, Lula. You did what you could. It's all right. He died doing what he believed in. But we can't do the same. Come on. We gotta go."
Aslan will pick up Havel, throw him over his shoulder.
John is gonna drag Angios's body and he's gonna put it in the hole, man. That's in the floor.
Maybe
So that, people
the hole in
know
the hole in the floor just goes down to like the next floor.
Yeah,
goes
I
down
know.
to like a hallway that leads to like the next flight of stairs, basically.
So he's about to chuck his corpse on top of the monster's corpse unless someone stops him.
maybe Lula can carry him.
You want to carry a dead body throughout the town? I'm sure that's a good idea.
Well, he looks at Havel on his shoulder. He's like, he also looks dead.
No, I think he's still breathing. But how about this? We can wrap him in the sheets of the bed, and I'll put him in my coat. We can find a place to bury him with dignity, maybe out in the swamps that he came from or something. I reckon that's the best we can do. We don't know who he was or where he lived, really. Only where he came from.
Did we know his name?
I didn't catch it. Maybe Havel knows, but we'll have to wait until we can ask him.
Hmm. Well, I don't know your customs, so I guess I'll just follow your lead.
Most people get buried, as far as I think we'll go with that. Help me wrap him in a sheet, please. Oh, I think we might have to use some rope.
Sure. I got some rope.
Thank you, Lula. So we carefully wrap his body in the silken sheets of the Best in the West, and John would suggest that we tie a rope around the body so it doesn't come unfurled within the bag. And I guess we would use a lot of sheets to help soak up any blood and bile. The one.
Lula, by the way, you lost that rope, so please -1 rope from your inventory. Sorry, just wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
Does anyone else have a rope?
Sure.
Yeah, I have one.
Sweet. So,
I know
so
that
guess,
Saul's gone now, but between you guys, you should still have like 6 piles of rope. That one time everyone went shopping. Sorry,
What
I
the
don't mean to
heck,
say.
really?
Well, John didn't have
Saul did most of it. Saul had like 5 bundles of rope at one point. He had like 2 silk rope, 2 normal rope, and an adventurer's kit. It's super handy. Yeah, it makes sense. So you guys clean up.
300-foot drop that you gotta climb down.
You mop the blood and bile off the floor of the Best in the West. The doorway is partially collapsed, as that's where the creature fell through. And as you're sort of mopping up all this mess and muck.
Place we're just cleaning up the body and like wrapping it in the sheet, but we're probably gonna leave the place as it is.
Okay,
Just
never mind then.
no fixing all this. There's not enough bleach in the world.
All right.
So we just wrap up the body, and then John's gonna he's gonna take his his magic bag out of his coat, and then he's gonna put the body into it, I guess, and then he's gonna try and convince the pups to maybe get back and get. So that's not. You can't put the pups in the bag because it'll take more than 10 minutes to leave the town, or more than a few minutes. So I guess John does that, and then he puts the bag back on himself, like hidden underneath his coat, his outer coat.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks to the others and he says, "Come on, let's go search downstairs for Barnabey. Let's see if he's okay."
What about the pups?
I guess they would each carry a pup in their arms.
Okay.
The
Sounds
3
good.
of us.
Yeah.
No, wait. I guess John would ask for Aslan to carry 2 because someone needs to carry Havel also.
Aslan's carrying Havel.
Yeah, or ask Lula to carry 2, whichever one, whoever's not carrying Havel. And then John would carry 1 pup.
Yeah, sure.
And then we would carefully make our way around the collapsed hole by the front door of the penthouse. And we would gather our things and start making our way out. We would go downstairs and like go around the bar and check the back, like behind the counter, to see if I don't know if Havel's like not Havel, but Barnaby is like tied up in the back or something.
You guys make your way out of the semi-collapsed doorway. It's difficult to get through, but cautiously and slowly, carrying the babies and Havel, you're able to make your way around the hole in the floor. The flames are still spreading. It's getting smoky and difficult to get out.
Oh no! In that case, no, we would definitely put out the fires. I think that the place was like at risk.
The fire is now kind of getting like, how are you going to put it out? We're at that point.
Oh, I don't know. I had no idea it was that bad.
John, use your water magics.
I don't have anything like that. Yeah, where's Frank when you need him?
Right. I think we just have to leave.
I guess so. Oh wait, yeah, never mind. You don't reckon I could put out fire with thaumaturgy, do you?
It's in the description, isn't it? You can increase
Well,
or dull flames.
yeah, it says that. Well, it says I can make flames flicker, brighten, dim, or change color.
I reckon you could definitely get them to like, well, you guys walked through at least. It seems reasonable.
Well, how about this? John is gonna. He says, look, go get some sheets and wet them in the basin. Help me put out these flames. I'll try and get them under control quickly. And then he's going to begin speaking in a weird alien tongue, and then the room is going to start feeling colder as he begins to recite this strange magic, and all the lights and the torches in the room begin to flicker and begin to slowly dim as the room darkens, and as he tries to calm the angry flames that are beginning to build.
Asla will put Havel down and rush to wet the sheets or the blanket, whatever he can find, and just kind of try to muffle the flame.
And then also, a wind begins to like pick up and swirl within the room, and it causes the windows and doors to like open for the penthouse. They would like slam open and to try and let the smoke out.
Okay. Nice. You're able to dull the flames, wetting a path with the wetted sheets and making your way outside. The first thing you notice are a set of bloody footprints going up and down the stairs that were Lula's, and then a second set next to them, just going down.
The hell? Who else was here? Did I leave these? Fuck. All right, guys, be on the ready. He says, I guess John takes the lead and he's got his eyes on his glasses as he makes his way down the stairs.
Okay.
Since he's the one with the free hand.
You seem to make your way down the stairs, but the inn is eerily quiet. You arrive at the bottom again, and all of you walk into the empty bar room. There is no one in the tavern. Barnabey is not behind the bar, and the door is open, swinging in the wind, banging in its frame.
The front door?
Tuk, 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 tuk. Yeah.
Is there a back door within the establishment?
You walking behind, you would have seen that there's another door at like the back entrance that seems to be connected to where the stables is, and like it seems to be more of like a service entrance or something like that.
Do we see anything outside with the flapping door?
The dark of the night. Nothing is immediately outside the door.
All right. So we're gonna check the back door of the establishment and see if Barnaby is there, and if not, we'll just make our way out through the back.
Okay, well, you make your way, behind the bar, go through the kitchen and the scullery where all the booze and food is stored. There's wheels of cheese that you go past. You hear rats squeaking in the walls.
John's gonna grab a bottle of liquor real quick and slip it into his coat.
I expected nothing less.
Can I grab a wheel of cheese?
Now you're just pillaging.
Yeah. I think if there's like some ham or salami or something, John would also take that and save it for later.
Full on looting. Okay, you guys make your way to the back entrance of the service door. There's no one there. The inn is quiet.
What is going on?
I'll have to contact Barnaby later. think I'm all out of magic right now, or all out of juice. Let's I guess we best get out of here. The Bluecoats are definitely going to be looking for us after this. Hopefully they assume we're dead and we're a part of the mess of bodies. Ah, why is this happening? We're supposed to be heroes, he says as he takes a bite from a stick of salami and then puts it back into his pocket. And
that was good.
Come on, let's get out of here before anyone sees us. And then he slinks out, and I guess he would try and lead them through alleyways.
Okay, well, let me just stop you as you open the door. You open the door to slink out. Please roll me a perception check to look into the night.
Yes, sir.
All of us?
Whoever's looking through the door.
With his 60-foot dark vision, he gets. Oh, dude! It was supposed to be a natural 16, but instead it's a natural 4.
Whoa, time out. DM, what's the time passage from the time that I got knocked out to now?
Why? You want 10 minutes for a short...
No, go use the inspiration. You still have it.
You still have your inspiration. Yeah.
Yes.
D8.
I would say it's less than 10 minutes.
Thank you.
D8.
It is a D8? Ooh la la.
Yes.
Level set, and it's a 1, so that's a 5.
Oh my god.
Dude,
nothing out of the ordinary. It's looking a bit quiet outside.
I thought we got all this out of the way last session. Goodness sake.
Havel touch over. He wakes up. Is like, you wasted my inspiration. You fool.
No, I still have it right because it failed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's true.
Yo, can I roll perception again? Just kidding.
But whoever wants to look out the door can also roll perception.
I rolled a 10. That's not going to do much.
Yeah, I guess John would step out, and then the others would have a chance to get a look around.
Okay. John, you step out. Lula, you notice that the streets are empty. It is midnight. It was late already, but you guys remember that this is not how the West End looks. And as John steps out and you're able to step out after John, you look up and down the street and you notice down the street a pair of Bluecoats standing on either side, keeping an eye out.
Lula is going to relay this information to John. Hey, John, we got a bit of a problem. One, the entire city is as quiet as the ranch. That's not right. And two, Bluecoats all over us now. Now what?
Bluecoats? Where? He looks around.
Lula's gonna point him up and down the street at the Bluecoats waiting. So at least on guard. So meaning, if we cross their paths, we're hosed.
It's only 2, isn't it? We'll just go the other way or go around.
Hey, at night it could be 2. During the day it could be 4. I don't know. But yeah, let's go around. Let's sneak around.
All right. So as she points them out, John would try and take them in a different direction.
Okay.
But he does try and stay off the street, trying to stick to any alley that he can find, if he can.
Stealth checks, please.
Ah, shit.
Yes, sir.
You have inspiration.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say my roll first to see if I. Not yes, I will use it. That's a 10.
Do I also have inspiration?
Unfortunately, oh my god, really? How's it possible? How is it possible?
Another one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an 11 for John.
Okay.
Hey, I also got an 11. Nice.
Lula.
I got 7.
Well, that makes it easy to calculate, doesn't it? As you guys are sneaking your way into an alleyway across the road. You hear a voice shout, "Hey, who goes there?"
John would say, "Run!" And he would just
What?
run into an alley. Or he would run into the nearest alley.
I guess
Oh,
Asla will
he's-
run after them with Havel on his shoulder and kind of limping his way.
John's running with the hedgehog cub in his arm like a football.
You hear voices shout behind you. Wait, what was that? We got a runner!
Oh shit!
Yeah. I mean, he would just keep running. He would try and outrun them and lose them in the alleyways, and he would be making his way towards the mud docks.
Okay, as you know, the river goes like that. What path are you going to get there? Because you have to cross a bridge at some point. The west end is, of course, on the north of the river. Mud docks on the south of the river.
You know what? John's gonna say, change of plans. We're just gonna leave town, and then he begins heading north then, towards the town outskirts.
Okay. North out of the west end takes you past like all the fancy. You start going into larger estate houses and properties that have large fences and nice orchards of fruit trees and flower trees, and then the area gets very, very nice as you're heading north.
Yeah. So we would just at that point, I guess we would have to stick to the streets. We would be running through the streets then.
Once the Bluecoats rolled well, and as you guys are making your way north, there seems to be at least a group of them keeping up with you, and you hear horses.
Shit. John looks around and he's like, "All right, time to get out of here." And he begins. He rubs his hands together, takes a deep breath, and outstretches his hand, and he begins speaking in his Eldritch speak again.
Mhm.
And he casts Fly on Aslan and Lula, and he says, "Come on, put the cubs in the bag. In you go." And he begins trying to put them in a rush if they don't test.
They're frightened and they protest slightly, but the one who's slightly braver just says, "Go, come on, we don't have much time. Come on, guys." And only Aslan can really understand it, though.
No.
Womp. The rest you just hear them squeaking.
So yeah, they both begin to shimmer, and they both feel weightless. And then John puts a hand out and he says, "Come on, one of you has to carry me. Might as well be you, Aslan." He goes and jumps
Aslan
on
is
his...
carrying Havel.
Oh, okay, never mind. In that case, John hops up and jumps into Lula's arms, and she has her carry him wedding style.
Oh shit!
Okay,
Come on, big boy.
Let's go.
you guys feel the cold air above the bayou. Sorry, the cool night air as it blows in off of the river. You start floating outside of the town. You see your would-be pursuers racing through the streets, combing out in groups of 4. Seems there's definitely been a message out, and the Bluecoats are now combing the streets in hot pursuit of you. As you fly, what direction are you going in?
Well, I had to use the last of my powers for this. You guys want to risk it and head to the mud bank? See if Donnie knows more about these bastards trying to kill us? Or shall we just leave and find somewhere out in the woods to rest tonight?
I prefer the woods. I don't think I can fight another group if we get ambushed again.
I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna agree with Aslan here. as much as the view here is pretty and real nice, yeah, I don't think we should go back into town or anywhere close to town.
It makes sense to take the safer route, given everything that's happened. Come on,
Yeah.
get us out of here. We'll head that way. He points what he thinks is north.
All right, let's go.
As you guys rise above the streets, you can generally see the dock of what is the bayou swamp and this small inlet streams that lead into the delta, and that a lot of these noble estates are built on, and like the rich estates are built on. It's not just the nobility. You make your way away from the lights of the city out into the darkness of the swamp. As you cross the threshold, you see along the main route, which is now seem to have its its patrol doubled, and there seems to be teams of bluecoats on horses riding in every direction, relaying messages. You notice a familiar figure. Strange. You see the poles where they hang criminals on the outskirts of town, and you recognize a certain plump bluecoat captain that you encountered hanging from the gallows as you fly overhead. Maybe you're mistaken, but near as damn it looked pretty similar. Finally, you make your way through the trees. And where would you like to settle down now that you're outside of the city and the swamps and bayous? There's the main route that continues north. There's the train track that continues north into the mountains. And then there are the swamps and rivers and many inlets that surrounds the north of the delta.
Probably would just try to find like a clearing somewhere dry and somewhat safe.
Okay. You're able to find a spot where there's a patch of trees, which you guys now recognize to mean dry land in the swamp. And can find yourself a small little clearing, somewhat like covered by these trees. Seems as safe as anywhere you could be tonight.
Yeah. So every minute or so, John would open up his coat and like try and fan out the bag so that the cubs get air and stuff.
Yeah.
If he can.
I mean, flying, you guys are pretty quick, so it's not that long of a journey.
Yeah.
It's less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be right. Yeah.
Okay, then we'll land there. And
You land in this clearing. What does everybody like to do? Sorry, Aslan, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying?
no, I was just gonna say probably put down Havel and then start setting up camp.
What a disaster. Lula, are you able to get Havel awake? Any chance?
I better be able to. Let me just yeah, I better be able to. Yeah. Let me do so. You know, as she's getting her healing kit ready, I, I don't know what I expected coming all the way out here. I just I was not expecting this. I just wanted to. I just wanted to go on an adventure, get some money for the ranch, and call it a with these things and kidnappings and I have to say, I just kind of wish I never left the ranch sometimes.
Understand, Lula, but you can do this. The world needs you. We need you. There's a reason why we come, across paths. It's not a coincidence. It was always meant to be. You play an important part in all this. Just take comfort knowing that it's all for a reason. It all has a purpose. We're going to win this. I never expected these horrors either. I thought saving the world would be cool or something, but it's been a nightmare. I'll admit, but Ula, we have the strength. We've made it this far. No one else I know could never gotten as far as we did. We have to believe. We have to stay strong. We're not alone in this. The Savior's with us. And we're together. And that's all that we need.
You're right. John's words, the recent moments were tense and harsh. It was temporary, and she does have to look on the bright side as she is alive. But thanks to her tormented state of mind, she only managed to heal 4 or 5 HP.
Havel, you can have 5 HP back, and you slowly regain consciousness with Lula over you, applying some nice soft salve to your wounds.
Mama, I don't want to go to school. I just want to sleep more. As I open my eyes, I'm like,
Welcome
and
back
he
to the
gets-
world of the living.
oh, someone needs to complain to Barnabey. He's a shit security guard. He's a shit bartender. And he's a shit asshole. Oh,
Missing.
God. What?
We finished off the monster. Ula did. And when we went downstairs, there was no one there. The streets were pretty empty too, except for an army of Bluecoats chasing us. We had to fly us out of there.
Wait, what? You could fly?
Yeah, every now and then.
He looks at John a little skeptical. It's like, you know what? I got a fucking headache. All right. And he
Well-
looks at Lula and says, "I guess I owe it to you, little lady, for bringing me back from the dead."
You don't know me anything. I'm just glad that you're back with us at Havel.
Well, you have my thanks.
Glad.
I appreciate it.
Rest up.
It's like,
I think during this, Aslan is unfolding his bedroll,
We're gonna need
and
each
he's
other
gonna place it next to Havel.
She's gonna look at John as she
Yeah.
says that.
You can rest.
What did she say?
We'll keep watch. Sorry?
You cut out a little bit. What did you say? And
I have actually forgotten.
It sounds like you said you'll
I
keep
actually
watching.
forgotten.
And
you'll keep
John
watching
said,
something.
Oh shit! Yeah.
John
Yeah.
pipes up.
Rest up.
That won't be necessary. I got us. Besides, I don't think your eyes see in the dark.
it's like, you know what, folks? I'll do everyone one better. You may be able to fly, but I think I could do something a little bit better to protect us. He weakly gets in his hands and knees, and he starts casting a ritual. I'm casting Lehman's tiny hut. As like, everybody getting around me. Wait a minute, where the pups at?
Oh right, almost forgot. He goes and sticks a hand into his coat, and then he pulls out a hedgehog pup. Here we go. He
Aslan hears. It's dark in there. It's scary.
I was like, you
It's
don't
okay.
threaten.
Just a man sleeping.
Uh,
Well, we had to put the stranger's body in bag. We don't want to leave them behind.
I tell the pups, don't worry, everything's all right. You know, and I say, I take the pups and I put them in the ground, and I tell them, look at the stars. See how pretty the stars are right now?
They look at Aslan. What is he saying?
Me or John?
Havel speaks beast
Oh,
folk.
Oh yeah, you do. Never mind. My bad. Sorry, I forgot.
That's why I tell them, just look at the stars, kids. They're pretty tonight, aren't they?
Lula, would you mind helping me put him to rest?
I was like,
Sure thing, yeah.
I put a hand on Lula's shoulder. It's like, just give me a minute. I start casting Lehman's Tiny Hut again, and I go. And it's like I gather everybody and tell them. What do I say? Oh, blessed one, give us the nice protective bubble so no bad comes upon us, my friends, and these kids. I am clutching I forgot what I'm clutching my chest, and it's like, please. I know I haven't talked to you for a while, but do protect us. Yeah, and I just smile.
Okay. It's a ritual, so it takes 10 minutes, right? Or are you using
Yeah.
the? Okay. You look
Yes,
up and you
yeah.
smile, and then 9 minutes and 30 seconds later. No, I'm joking. You keep begging and saying please and repeating this for the 10 minutes. And would you please like to describe what it looks like for us?
So, as I'm casting it, you see like a shimmering, opaque. Like you see like a little dot. It looks distorted, and for like every minute, it gets bigger, and the images get distorted. But as it gets bigger and bigger, and as the bubble surrounds us, what looks opaque when you see it from the outside becomes clearer when you're the inside, and it surrounds all of us. And I tell you guys, it's like
Wow.
I once dated a girl that was practicing the arcane arts, and she kind of taught me this. And anytime we need to do the the hibbity dibbity and the hip thumping, as I
know.
like to call it. Yeah, you with the funny hair. I'm pretty sure you get all the girls. But yeah, when we need private time, she taught me this trick, and it works. It works in a pinch. Unfortunately, I didn't realize she had a husband, and her husbands were looking for us, so kind of helped. So no one could find us. Nobody, and you folks are able to walk out freely, but I can't. If I walk out, this protective barrier dissipates. So if you need to go out, take a wee wee or poo poo or whatever you gotta do, you can, but don't have to worry about really.
Are you saying that in common or in beast folk?
No, in common.
Okay. I wasn't sure who you're talking to. Just to clarify which group you're talking to.
Oh, I'm saying this in common. But
John rubs his
yeah,
chin and he looks at the edge of the spell and he asks, "What happens if we fart inside the bubble? Will you be trapped in here with it?"
oh yeah, but you won't, because I'm gonna kick you out if you ever do that.
All right, I won't. Unless I feel like it.
Aslan will say, or will look at John and say, Shall we bury the Birdman now?
Yeah,
Birdman?
I think we. Yeah, I think he came flying in as a bird or something first.
Oh, the guy with the 3 monkeys.
That was pretty impressive. Leave him out. But all right, let's get this done. I got a
Well-
shovel.
Not me.
I might not. I don't.
Try my best. So John walks off and he brings them I guess to like beyond the tree line a little bit so that the cubs can't see. And he would bring a hand to the side of his head and start trying to telekinesis to dig a hole.
It'll take you a minute, but you're able to dig a shallow grave.
Yeah. So he does that, and then he's like, "How do you take him out?" He like opens up his coat and sticks his hand in there, and he starts trying to like pull out the body. He brings out the head. He pulls out the head first. He's grabbing one of the rope strands. He says, "Come on, help me, please."
Aslan helps him,
Okay.
and I guess
then-
he'll place him in the grave.
And then, well, I guess once we pull him out, we would like untie the rope, but still leave him wrapped in the sheet. And then we would gently place his body into the grave.
Yep.
And then he would look to the others and he says, "You guys want to say anything?" I don't even know his name.
I'm assuming Havel is still inside the bubble.
Yeah, I could hear you guys just as fine, but I don't know how far away are they from me?
I don't think you'd be able to hear us, right? Because we went beyond the immediate tree line so that the cubs couldn't see us.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, I got to babysit the kids anyway. So
Yeah.
So I think
um,
Aslan will just say, he was a fierce fighter, and he died a warrior's death.
indeed, he was a courageous man. He died protecting us, the little ones. Good man
The
throughout.
wind starts to howl around you as you speak. Just
Do you have Chris on? I think it's picking it up really.
damn it. Let me double check. Sorry, continue talking. I'll deal with this.
And you, Lula? I know you tried saving him. You did the best you could, but sometimes it's just your time. There was nothing you could do.
It's all right. It's all right, John. I think I'm just gonna. It's all right, John. I'll honor him in my own way.
It's okay to be sad, Lula. Time will heal this wound. Stay strong. Says as he pats her on the shoulder. Should get some rest. It's been a long night.
As you guys start turning to leave, the wind howls around you, and a gust leaves and a small handful of flowers come to settle on the grave that you dug.
His soul rests in peace. Seems the trees agree.
Spirits of the earth came to say goodbye.
Interesting. I think that stuff was nonsense, but seems there's something to it. as peering at the coincident arrangement of flowers that rests on his grave now. And then after that, we would make our way back with solemn steps. And I don't know, they would have like a snack, and John would say, "I gotta watch, guys. You guys can rest." And then he would pull out his book and sit up against a tree stump or a tree trunk, and then he would scribble and keep an eye out.
Yeah, Aslan would just chow down his wheel of cheese and fall asleep.
Jeez.
Aslan has figured out that cheese is made of milk.
He's gonna be farting in the magic bubble all night.
I look at Aslan and it's like, you're not lactose intolerant, are you?
The magic bubble.
Laco what?
Well, you make the funny sound from your little poo poo shoot. Does it make the toot toot from the poo poo?
I don't know. I'm too tired. We can talk tomorrow. He finishes his cheese and goes to sleep instantly.
In the back of Havel's mind, it's like, oh my god, troll boy now line boy. They're gonna be farting all night.
John gives Aslan a proud smile, and he nods his head as Aslan asserts himself.
I just lay back down, roll on the bedroll that Aslan laid out for me, and I'll just go to sleep. I'm pooped.
And Lula's going to tell John to wake her up for the check-in. To wake her up if he gets a bit tired. She'll happily take over before getting her blanket and also going to bed.
I think I'll be fine. I'll let you know. And then John would take watch. And during the watch, he would, after his first short rest, he's gonna cast a sending.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going target. I guess he'll target Brent. No, actually, it's the middle of the fucking night, right? Probably fucking passed out drunk. I guess he'll still try. It doesn't cost me anything. He'll target Trent, and he'll say, Trent, we were attacked. We had to leave town. We're a ways north. Do you want to meet us?
Huh? What? Morello? What kind of crazy dream is this?
He casts it again, and he says, it's not a dream. I'm speaking into your mind. We were attacked at the Best in the West. Bluecoats came after us. We're hiding north of town.
Well, you best go lay low then.
All right. And then after another hour, he targets him again. He says, Trent, it's me again. If you come to Tenton, there's a place you can stay. You would have a good life there. Come meet us outside town.
John? Well, you want me to go where? 10? Inaudible grumbles.
At this point, John sighs and he gives up. And he'll stop being a psychic asshole for the evening. Let Trent get his beauty sleep.
Just fucked up this guy's sleep completely.
Then I guess he'll just make notes of everything that happened in the night in his little black journal.
Okay, Ben. You don't need to sleep anymore, do you?
Nope.
As you're making notes, you feel the sense.
Actually, once he stops calling Trent, he's actually gonna cast Intellect Fortress on the other three adults. And
Okay.
he's gonna just keep it up all night on them.
Okay. It lasts an hour, right?
Yes.
So you
As
just
a
basically
psychic-
recast it every hour on the hour.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just keeps it up the whole time, so that like I don't know, that they don't get probed or something.
That's actually really good. Even so, as you're making notes or whatever, out of the darkness, you feel like a presence is watching you. You feel like something in the dark is looking at you. Would you like to roll me a perception check?
Yes. As soon as he feels this, he would look towards where the sensation comes from,
Mm-hmm.
and he would send out a psychic message. Well, I guess he can't target it if he can't see it, so never mind. 9.
9? These?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can see in the darkness.
Okay.
But you definitely get the sensation creeping on the back of your neck that you're not alone.
John is gonna gently and quietly shake everyone awake, and he would whisper to each of them and say, "A bad feeling. I think we're being watched. Get up."
I wake up and it's like, what?
It's nearby. Feel it. It's out there.
I was like, where, John, really, buddy? No one knows we're here. No one can see inside the bubble. Really, you need us to let me sleep.
Where's the lantern? Lula, do you have it? Where is the magic lantern? Did Saul take it with us? Or did it?
It's in Saul's inventory, so Saul has it.
Gosh, what a prick.
Someone else has a lantern, don't they?
I have a
Yeah,
torch.
but not a
you got
magic.
a torch. Yeah, not a Magitech lantern. It's not as cool.
Yeah.
I asked John. It's like, okay, for the sake of brevity, where do you think this person, whatever you think it is, where is it?
Turns and he's like, I don't know, it's like over there somewhere.
All right, I'm gonna do my own perception. At this point,
Do you have dark vision?
dark vision? I should. I think I do. Let me double check.
Oh, yeah, you might want to double check that one. Because it's going to make a difference.
I think I do.
How much time has passed since we started sleeping?
Exactly.
You want a short rest?
I just want to know.
You guys have slept at least 4 hours of the night. It's now well after midnight. The night sky is navy blue, but a streak of light across the horizon indicates the approaching dawn.
Nope. I'm gonna tell John. It's like, John, all I see is trees, leaves, and darkness. Leave me alone. I'm going back to sleep. All right.
John still has a concerned look on his face, and he's staring off into the darkness, and he says, "Maybe it was." Did my microphone pick that up?
No.
No,
Okay.
sorry.
He says, "Maybe it was."
Say that again.
I
Again.
think he
It's
said
not
maybe
picking
it
up the
was
last-
nothing.
Yeah, he says, "Maybe it was nothing." Goodness,
Nope. We
Oh,
we can't hear
yeah.
you at all now. Now you've gone silent.
maybe it was nothing.
Yeah, we got it.
Got him.
Lula's gonna unequip her shield and weapon, give John the glare, and just
It's better to be safe than sorry. He says, fixing his glasses a little embarrassed. Better safe than dead.
The others return to their slumber, and as John looks out alone, he hears the wind starting to howl again. And he feels a presence coming again. And as he does, the entire swamp, leaves crackling, boughs bending, ripples off the water, whirling and whipping around them. We're going to go to break quickly.
Oh god.
We'll see you guys in
You.
5 minutes.
hell yeah.
That's what
I
I
have a
like.
blanket. Shit.
Alive.
John, sitting alone, facing the darkness, hears all around him the whirling of the swamp winds as they whip and tear at the boughs of the trees, whipping the leaves, swirling around. And he feels a familiar presence. And all he hears is a solemn whisper on the wind. What is of the earth don't come back to the earth. What is of the earth don't come back to the earth.
Okay. Whatever that means.
Dawn breaks the horizon, and the sun rises over the swamp. The wind is completely calm, and the only thing that John can hear now around in the first rays of the sunlight is the croaking of frogs. A now familiar sound in the swampy environment.
How long have they been sleeping? I guess John would try. He would wait and try and let them get their 8 hours.
Everybody can have a long rest. It's cool.
Sweet. So once he feels that they're properly rested after a rough evening, he would begin to gently awaken them and the cubs. Come on, guys. It's daylight. I think we've slept enough.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
oh. Thanks for keeping watch there, John.
Anytime.
I assume nothing crazy happened?
Spirits of the mist came to see us. They
Oh.
give me some weird cryptic message. I don't really get it.
Oh,
But
did you talk to the turtle man?
mate, I think so. I thought I heard him, but I couldn't see him. He says something about what's of the earth must return to the earth, whatever that means.
Ah, so wise.
Yeah, I guess.
Aslan will start putting his armor on for the first time.
I fold out the bedroll and I give it back to Aslan and says, "Thank you, my good man. I appreciate your kindness."
You're one of us now. We stick together.
Yeah, fugitive apparently.
Uh,
Oh, God.
you don't fret, Mr. Morello. I think I could get us a way out, but unfortunately, it's gonna cost us get back to the city or whatever next city. I need to pay a visit to the Bluecoats headquarters or station house. I think I could get us a way out. You trust old Havel now. I'll fix it.
How do you plan to do that?
Well, let's just say, like I said, I'm a man of many tricks, a different set of skill sets than you fine folks. You do the fighting, I'll do the talking.
Oh, wait,
I'll
hang on.
take care of it.
Havel, just hang on. Look, I don't doubt your skills. I really don't. But while we're flying out of Delta, while we're busy flying out of Delta, we saw a blue coat on the gallows or being hung. Gallows?
Yes. Out of
Yeah.
here.
Look, I think the blue
Yes.
coats might be a little bit on edge, maybe. So maybe that might not be the best idea.
Going, given what has happened and what's what's has happened to Havel and the fact that Lula resurrect him. He takes off. He's like he goes into his like disguise kit and it's like shows him blue coat uniforms. Like, you don't worry about that, little lady. Old Havel got a plan. Just gotta trust me. I'll fix it with the blue coats.
All right, trust you. I will.
Just
Oh,
we can't do it here in Delta. If what you say is true, then Delta may be on edge, like you said. I think it's prudent, and you made the right decision to get out of town. But the next time we go, I might need to get a few things from the blue coats over there, but I'll get it done. And if we need to get back to the Delta, I'm pretty sure I could swing it. Hopefully.
All right.
well,
Okay.
well, I don't know where. I don't know. We still don't know where Barnabey is. I forgot to contact him. Do you mind if I do that real quick? Maybe that'll define what we do next, where we go.
Sorry. What do you want to do with Barnaby?
I'd like to contact him, make sure he's alive. Maybe he could help clear our name, too, along with whatever else you plan.
DM, how well do I know Barnaby? I know he's rejected me for like gigs and whatnot, but as like an individual, was he at least a good man?
You know him in the capacity that you know him. Whether or not like you would say he's a good man or whatever, you know that he's an honest businessman. You know that he seems to do his job as he's supposed to and do everything that's expected of him. Besides that, you don't really know him from a bar of soap.
Okay. I go to him. Well, suit yourself, Mr. Morello, but from my past experience, you're nobody to him, and he's a nobody to us. So, suit yourself.
Just want to make sure he's at least okay. You know? Excuse me. Turns his head. Speaks in an alien tongue, casting sending, and then he targets Barnaby, and he says in an echoing, watery voice, "Barnaby, this is John Morello. We were attacked at your establishment. Are you okay? We couldn't find you."
You hear a sigh on the other end of the spell. Mr. Morello, I appreciate your concern. I'm fine. Unfortunate what happened last night. I'd recommend not being seen again. Now, farewell. Good luck to you.
John releases the spell, and his eyes behind his glasses stop glowing, and then he says, "Yeah, Barnaby's okay. He's still a dick." But yeah, he said we probably shouldn't come back. I guess that settles it then. We head back to Tenton. Hopefully, the news doesn't travel faster than we do.
Fingers
Have
crossed.
to, I have to hide out in the ranch for a while.
DM, how far do I know? How far is Tintin from here?
It's north of the Wave Mountains.
I was like, well, you know what? I might know a way to shorten the travel time.
Oh.
Yep. And I was like, you guys follow me. I'm going to lead them to the secret stash where the horses are.
Okay. You know that the secret stash where the horses are is a safe house east of the railroad on the edge of the bayou, on the edge of Delta City.
Yep.
Okay.
So I go there. It's like I could find us some discreet transportation in a discreet location. So
So just to clarify, without saying where you're leading them, you'd have to start leading them back towards Delta, to the east side of Delta, across the railroad. But then that's the direction that you'd be going in. I'm not sure if John would pick that up, but the rest of them would figure that they're going back to Delta.
how close are we getting to Delta? Like, if
it's on the edge of the city, you know that it's in one of the new, what they're calling shanty district. It's like the edge of the bayou where the wood is sort of being reclaimed and chopped out, and any dry patches is having just shacks and shacks built on it for the huge amount of workforce and new people that are immigrating into the city.
And is there a lot of Bluecoats in the area?
You know that it's less patrolled, but the outskirts are still patrolled, yes.
Okay.
And crossing the rail line is patrolled.
Oh, well, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to recant that and say, looks like we're hoofing it with the two legs beneath our bodies.
You could don't get me wrong, you could get there, but you're going to have to make a couple stealth checks to do it. Or be clever about it. It's not so straightforward.
So as we begin to get close to the city, John would say, "Wait, you're bringing us back into town? Thought we agreed that wasn't a good idea. Well, what are you trying to do?
I
Trying to throw us in?
No, Mr. Morello. Do you know where Shantytown is in the Delta?
No.
It's where all the miners and all the rail workers, that's where they all hold up in.
Okay. What about it?
It's on the northeast corner of this, just outside the Delta.
It's on the northwest, but it's pretty much the entire west side of the Delta, like everything inland into the swamp.
Gotcha. Okay. I kind of explained that to him, and it's like, look, there's a little bit of risk in getting the horses, but it will shorten the travel time. And unless you want to go up and down the wavy mountains, I say I could get us some horses. Now, I'll leave it up to you folks. Whatever you decide is up to you. I'm just trying to make our life a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's understandable, and we appreciate it. But I don't think all of us should go back into town. Do you really need all of us to come with you? You can't bring the horses yourself?
Is there enough horses for all of us, or is it just like two horses?
You know of at least 3 horses in this specific safe house.
Okay, that's like, you know what?
And it's got a bug out bag.
A what?
A bug out bag.
Oh, okay, got it. A go bag. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'll get it myself. I was like, I ducked behind a bush. Yeah. I look at Lula. I was like, ma'am, I'm gonna have to. I know you want some of this, but I need you to divert your eyes. I'm gonna have to change now, and I change out of my normal clothing and I start wearing the blue coat uniform. And as I walk,
okay, just to let you know, you're approaching one of Donnie's safe houses. Probably not best to approach in a blue coat uniform. Just saying.
Oh, but I would have figured Donnie and I, since I know Donnie for like a long while. He knows.
Yeah, but you realize it's not going to be Donnie himself. It's one of the neighborhood kids on lookout. It's going to be sitting down the road from the safe house sort of thing. There's a whole criminal network that's involved in this stuff, And if you come in looking like a blue coat,
Yeah, and start taking their horses from their safe house.
Sorry, then
you would
know
know
what?
that approaching the area as a blue coat is a little bit sus already.
All right, then you know what? I am going in as Farnsworth Bigglebottoms, and I step out as Farnsworth. I was like, oh, gentlemen, it's great to see you once again. And this time, the facial features looks like this very same guy that you met in front of the church.
John looks shocked as the same man from before hops out from the bush. He looks around nervously, looking for Havel. He's like, "Oh, where did you come from? Well, we're not doing anything wrong."
No, sir, you have not. I am here to help you. Once again,
Wait,
I
are you
feel bad. Excuse me?
are you Havel?
No, I am Farnsworth Bigglebottoms at your service, and I bow.
Do that,
And I wink at him.
dude. That's one hell of a trick. Is that a spell?
I am a man of the arts, Mr. Moreno. I told you I'm a man of many talents.
That you did. Shit, you might have to teach me that someday.
Oh no. An artist never tells their secrets.
It'd be easy to keep many girlfriends that way.
Indeed. You're not the only player in this part, Mr. Morello. Now, if you excuse me, it's time for me to procure those horses. Stay here, stay hidden, and I'll be right back.
Do your thing.
All right. I walk, and I am keeping my rapier shown that I'm armed,
Mhm.
and I am making my way to the hideout to get the horses. And
Your way out west, walking
yeah,
fast. This is
exactly.
my hometown. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay. You approach the safe house. You go down the very shanty little lane that curves through all of these houses made of driftwood and thatched roofs. And then you recognize the very, very familiar three, it looks like three skinny little buildings all planted right next to each other. But as you open the one door, it's actually like a barn inside. And as you step through, a voice greets you. It goes, "Who the hell are you?" It seems to be a small orcish man. He seems rather short and limp for an orc, and he's got a couple of scars on his face.
I go to him, and I was like, I'm here to see Donnie.
What do you mean you're here to see Donnie? Donnie's not here.
Do I know this orc by name?
Not personally, not by name.
I just tell him, look, Havel sent me. So be a kind gentleman and just point me where Donnie's at.
Havel sent you.
Yep.
You getting out of town?
You know it. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
Well, Donnie's at the headquarters like he always is. He's at the mud bank.
Okay.
Just hang out.
Yeah. So it's like Donnie told me if I need the horses to get out of Delta, and that it's at my disposal. So I'm cashing in right now.
Right. Well, how do I know Havel sent you?
How do I know? I tell him something that it's common knowledge about Donnie. I was like, what was it? And you know what? I'll say, do you know the incident where he got the nickname Donnie the Bonnie?
We're not supposed to talk about that.
Only the inner circle.
Right. Well, he points, he goes, Halter's over there. You know how to deal with horses?
I was like, I guess I'm gonna find out. Go back in, and the go bag is still there, right?
Oh, I'll get the bag. And he goes and he brings you what looks like just a whole leather skin of an animal just folded in half and zipped. And he goes, well, here it is. Everything you need for a couple weeks in the bush and a couple of extras. I'm not sure exactly what's in there. If you set up the fuck, I'll do the horses too then. And he starts helping you get the saddles on the horses and stuff.
Okay. And I was like, appreciate it. And I was like, I'll see you. Tell Danny. I was like, you give Danny my regards. We'll be back in a few days, but or longer. It might be a while.
All right, I'll let him know. Do you know how you're supposed to get out of here?
You want to get to explain that to me then?
Well, never done this before. And he looks at the front like facade of the house, and he goes, "Well, I guess you'll take the front door." And he just leans into the thing, and then he stresses a little bit, and he just pushes the whole front entrance of the building over, and it collapses out into the street. He goes, "All right, now go, get out of here." He starts slapping the horses on the butt.
I'm holding on to both. The two horses are like in one hand. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it like in the modern Western. I'm going to have the teeth, the reins of my horse on the teeth, and the other two with the one hand and the other one in the other hand. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Please make me an animal handling check.
Just for the sake of brevity, in case I fuck this up pretty bad, I'm going to give myself bardic inspiration. Just in case. And oddly enough, I do have animal handling checked off.
You do? You're proficient?
Yes, I
Oh,
am.
yeah. Oh, yeah, he's a bard. He's proficient in everything.
No. So the bard is like the jack of a trade gives you like half of a proficiency.
Yeah.
I'm fully proficient.
Wow. He can deal with animals.
Oh, I got a 21 without the bardic inspiration. So
Jesus. Oh Lord, oh Jesus. You
Use
ride
it.
off like John Wayne.
Yep.
I was looking at him like Clint Eastwood.
That's
And
one
you
hell.
ride down the streets like you leave this orc, and he's sort of standing there scratching his head like, oh, I can hope I didn't just get robbed.
Yeah, and I'm riding out. I'm kind of doing a fast gallop. Now, as I'm riding out of town, I kind of look back as much as I can, but I don't make a beeline to where the guys are. I'm going around like in a little bit of a circle just in case I'm being followed.
No one seems to notice.
Okay, so
You
after
do like a couple of circles and like looking around, you don't seem to be followed. The Bluecoats don't even like sort of raise an eye. You know, they see this rich guy riding out with two extra horses. They sort of like, "Morning, sir."
I'm pretending that I'm trying to like handle these two horses. I go like, "Good morning to you too," and after a while, I make it to the guys,
Yes, you do.
and I'm like, I go to Aslan and John. It's like I'm handing the reins to them to hold the
Whoa.
horses.
It's impressive. Well done.
And it's like,
Wow.
John takes the reins awkwardly. He doesn't seem to know much of what to do.
And it's like, well, I hope you folks know how to ride horses, right?
Seen people do it. You just jump on it, right, and put your feet in these holes here.
Horses are just skinkers with air. I got this.
I look at Aslan with hope, and it's like, okay, two things, Aslan. One, do you know how to ride a horse?
Well, I can speak to them.
Okay, it's like, and secondly, Aslan, you're not gonna eat the horse.
No, I'm good.
Okay, good.
He's not that type of blood fang.
Okay, I gather everybody around, and it's like, look, guys, I know you're much more city folk than I am.
Okay, sorry guys. To be fair, Lula definitely has ridden a horse before. Lula, you haven't just ridden skinkers. You're a farm girl. You know this stuff. That's all I
Yeah.
wanted to add. Sorry.
I just prefer skinkers. A lot more cooler.
Well, I guess you should drive. I'll ride with you if you don't mind. John smiles to Lula.
Then I will give Aslan being
No
Aslan,
problem.
you're medium, right?
Just hop on
Yeah.
and hang on tight.
All right, I will give you bardic inspiration. It's like, look here, son. I think you can handle these horses. As long as you don't try to eat them, they'll treat you right. And you could speak animal, right? You could talk to speak. Beast folk talk.
Well, I have to do a ritual first.
I come up to him and I pat him in the shoulder. It's like, nah, you're a good, you're a good guy, and I'll give you bardic inspiration. So that's 2 down already.
Jeez.
Thank you.
Hand them out like candy.
You know what? I
Yeah.
gotta. Last thing I need is the horse to be spooked, and we get slow down because Aslan gotta walk now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I guess we would mount up. Aslan on one horse, Lula and John on another. Havel on the third.
Yeah. And the kids.
John, you hold on to these little things.
Yeah, I guess
so,
John would put them back into the bag and then just try and air them out.
You're gonna
Or
need to
just
do a
try and
little
leave
bit
it
more of that.
Can you leave it open or?
You could also just have them like sit in the saddles. They're very small. They can like chill in your coat pocket. Lula's representation of the shoe size for the kids is pretty accurate.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
In that case, I guess that John he has like quite a few pockets in his coat.
Mm-hmm.
So he would just like put one in each pocket, I guess, like
Okay.
outside. Yeah.
So I would suggest is that I'll take one. I'll put on one in front of my saddle, one in front of Lula's saddle, and John, you could put one in the pocket. So
Okay. Yeah.
make life
we can do
easier.
that. Or I guess he'll hug like one arm around Lula's waist, and then in the other arm he'll have the hedgehog pup, and then he'll hold it out in front of Lula, and he says, "Look, Lula, we have a baby."
Isn't that just adorable? Oh.
John snickers and tucks it away, and then he gives her shoulder a squeeze, and he says, "Don't worry, I'm just joking.
Yeah, don't you worry. Don't you worry about it.
You deserve better."
Damn right. So, where we going?
And do I know the way to Tenton?
You've been north before on the old coast road. Yes.
Okay, so I was
But
like,
you've never been to Tenton before because Tenton is a brand new town. Tenton has only existed for about a year.
oh, okay. So then I was like, I know. I told everybody I know how to get to the road, but I've never been to this new city. So I'll lead you to the road, and one of you three, well, Lula, since you can handle the horse, you could take lead from that point on. Fair?
Yeah, sounds all right to me.
All right. And then I'll lead the group out to the road, and then Lula takes charge after that.
So, those who know the road, which honestly I think is just Havel. I don't think anybody else has traveled this way before. The old coast road goes effectively along the entire coastline of the colony and is in parts similar to where the rail track is, and then in parts deviates quite far from it so that it can follow the coastline. The path that you guys are specifically taking goes east, first of all, through thick, muggy swamps, and now it's the coastal marshes. So these are saltwater swamps. There is less life here. It's less hospitable. And as you travel, you guys will see a patrol of bluecoats along the road.
Well, up ahead, coming from the north.
Up ahead, they seem to be going from the north south along the road towards Delta.
Mm,
Have they
Yeah,
noticed us
so-
yet?
If they have, they're far along the road, so you can't tell what they've noticed or what they haven't seen yet. They seem to just be a troops, five bluecoats all on horseback.
I tell them. I'll tell them. Look, I grab the blue coat jacket, and I'll put it on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll change my facial features to match one of the guards from Delta.
Mm-hmm.
I instruct the guys to stay on the opposite side of the blue coats, and I tell them just head up north, keep following the road, but stay off the road. Go for another 5-10 minutes. I'll catch up. I'm going to redirect them. I'm going to draw them away. Fair?
all right, I trust you.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
So
Instructions.
I am going to dismount for a little bit, and I'm going to take a little bit of the mud. I'm going to muddy my bottom legs a little bit, like I was chasing something. The bottom have got like muddied.
Mm-hmm.
Once I do that, I'm going to mount back up, get into the road, and gallop really hard to the group.
Okay. As you gallop hard towards this group of bluecoats, you hear a voice shout out, "Halt! Who goes there?" And then you hear one of them go, "Sarge, I think he's one of us. He's wearing blue. Why is he wearing blue? Soldier!
Sergeant, I need your help.
What's happening, soldier?" You see the sergeant step out. He seems to be like a short, half-elven man with a red flame of hair. Says, what seems to be the problem, soldier?"
We were chasing some fugitives from the Delta, and I saw them in the swamp. A fierce battle came upon us, and the men I was riding with, they're dead. But we need to get these fugitives. I need backup. I need you guys to follow me.
Fugitive? What fugitives?
There's some new fugitives that's coming out of Delta. They cause a massive ruckus at the best of the West. It's been wrecked.
Okay. What direction, soldier? Lead us. Boys, move.
Let's go. Follow me. I'm going. Are these guys? They say that they're on horseback.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I tell them it's like we gallop for like a good 10-15 minutes, and
Well, Some of them are on horseback. 2 of them seem to be riding very large, black and brown colored birds.
Oh, are they flying above the canopy?
Oh no, these are flightless, giant ostrich-looking birds that you know as axebeaks.
Oh, they're like the what's that?
They're axebeaks. You know axebeaks, right?
Not really.
Giant flightless running birds. Think of the ones from Avatar. They're basically those.
Okay.
You know that Zuko rides in that episode? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, that's
So-
just the detail. It doesn't matter. Continue.
So I, after like a certain point, I was like, oh my God, Sergeant, they should be here. And I'm like looking around. I'm examining. I dismount. I'm like looking. I was like, Sarge, I think they might have split up. I think some of you guys go that way. Some of you guys go that way. I'm like putting in like 3 different. I'm like spinning this group up. And it's like,
Please roll me a deception check on that one.
you know what? I'm gonna give myself that bardic inspiration again. This is skills and deception. Oh crap! You go back down. Deception. That would be 16, 23.
2 of the Bluecoats go in one direction. The other 3 break off in the other direction and start trudging off into the swamp. The sergeant looks back. He goes, "Soldier, there's more up the road. Go and get them involved."
I was like, yes, sir. And I run off and I start making my way back. I just make it look like I'm going towards the group. After I feel like I'm out of sight, I make my way back to the group.
Okay.
Or like the rendezvous point.
The rest of you have been trudging in the swamp, slightly on the north side of the road, as suggested. It's shit. As soon as you leave the road, you're walking in like waist deep, salt watery marsh. Saltwater leeches are sticking to your skin. There's all sorts of horrendous little snakes and nasty creatures all around in the muck.
Well, we
And
would be
then,
riding horses still, no?
oh yeah, you're still on horseback. Your horses are knee deep in the mud, but it's treacherous to walk with them as soon as you leave the path.
Yeah. So I guess once we get to that point and like our horses begin to sink, I guess we would stop at that point and then wait for Havel to catch up. We wouldn't go deep into it.
It's not that long, and you start hearing the final horse ride up along the road.
All right. I meet up with the guys. Is like, all right. Do I know a alternative route other than this coastal line?
You know that this is the main road north from Delta. Besides this, there's the rail line. The rail line is a pretty well built and secured line, but you know there's also risks with that.
Right. It's going to be more heavily patrolled.
I mean, you're not sure. You know that the rail line in and around the city is quite heavily patrolled, and then just north and south of that. But beyond that point, you know, besides the railway workers, there's only like, you know, a handful of soldiers actually assigned to the railway. It's a long stretch of stuff. Unlike the road, which has to be guarded for merchants and all the sort of people that are traveling it, the railway sort of has to be patrolled once a day to make sure that there's nothing on it, really.
Okay. Then I tell the guys, like, change the plans. We're going to go from the coastal road and maybe use the rail lines because this is not working according to plan.
Hmm.
All right, we'll just have to take our chances then. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I should have done something. It's too late now. All right. We'll make our way to the rail line.
Okay. It takes you the best half of the late morning, and by about midday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, you guys find yourself along the raised earth of the rail line. This is the most solid ground that there is to travel through the swamp, even probably better than the road, if you ignore the railway sleepers and the large chunks of the large lines of metal put into the ground that could trip up your horse. But between the gravel and the earth and the sleepers and all the work that they've put to keep the railway dry and to build the foundation underneath it strong, this is compared to the swamp you've been trudging through to get you, a breeze to walk along.
All right.
Right.
I guess we would travel at a slow pace to be cautious.
Okay.
Right.
Not get the horses hurt.
I'm going to still wear my blue coat at this point, but I'm going to take out my hat and I'm going to give it to John. It's like, Mr. Morello, for the sake of anybody recognizing you, would you mind covering your crazy green hair?
Yeah, it does kind of stick out, doesn't it?
Yep.
That's
And-
usually the idea, but not today. Thanks. And he like carefully like puts the hat over his mound of hair.
He puts it, as he puts it, it's like it's still like showing 1 inch of the.
Yeah, I was
green
about to
hair.
ask, do you squash your hair down, or was the hat just like floating there?
Yeah, no, he would let it float.
Oh,
He's not trying to ruin his hairdo right now,
oh,
unless he has to. So the hat kind of like at times it kind of like dangles a little bit, like jiggles, right?
Yes, exactly.
Not a snug fit.
You guys travel slowly and cautiously along the rail line through the swamp, and as you do, the elevation starts to rise through the mid to late afternoon, and you're finally out of what seems to be the thickest and dankest of the swamp. Though you're still in the forests, you notice up ahead of you, maybe a couple, you're not sure, it could be days travel, it could be the Wave Mountains stand, imposing again, leaning as they do to the west and casting a heavy shadow. Unless anybody would like to do anything as you travel, we can proceed.
As we're traveling and no one, like, we're not encountering anybody, I'm gonna kind of like undo the go back. I just want to take inventory of what's in there.
Okay. So, within the bug out bag, there is a couple sets of disguises, some like cloaks, some different outfits, some peasant wear. There is some there's like a tarpaulin and a sleeping roll and all like the stuff you need for a quick camp. There is climbing gear, including a roll of rope and a grappling hook. There's flint and steel. There are some rations and some water. 5 days of rations, to be specific, for one person. There's a set of lockpicks. And finally, a map that seems to have the surrounding area of Delta with a few points marked off in little black X's.
Okay. Are we? You're saying that it's late afternoon at this point, right? Or just like
Yes.
just? Are we close to any of the X marks?
You're not sure, as the rail line isn't on the map, But from where you are in the swamp, you've been traveling a couple hours. There could be one ahead of you. There could be one behind you. You're not sure how far you've traveled into the swamp, and it's quite hard to predict considering that you've gone on quite a straight line.
Okay, so going from the coastal, so triangulating from the point of the coastal road to the rail line in correlation to the wavy mountains, do I have a rough GPS
What skill
overhead?
correlates to that? I was about to say make me a history check, but it wouldn't be history, would it?
I think it would be survival.
Survival? Survival
Yeah.
sounds about right, yeah. Please make me a survival roll.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to use that extra bardic inspiration because there's something tells me that we're in dire need.
It's definitely been more than 10 minutes since the last time you said you were using it.
Oh no, but it was it was a success, so it's spent.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
17.
You recognize one of the spots. It's in the foothills. It's in a particularly wooded area, and you think you can find your way to at least that like line of forest, if not to that spot specifically.
I told the group it's like, all right, I know a good campsite that my guys would like to use. As I fold up the map, I was like, we'll make our way there and set for the night. I got some extra food if you need, and some clothing if you need, if you want to change out of them and so you don't be recognized. But how far away, how far out, like time-wise, how far out are we from Delta?
You guys are a couple hours away, and because you've been traveling so fast along the railroad, even though you have been traveling cautiously, you've made it like a good few miles out of the city. You're at least, like 10, 15, maybe even miles north of the city. You know that you could make it to this campsite. It's the furthest north of these little dots surrounding Delta.
Okay. I tell him, I don't think word's going to travel that fast to the rest of the Bluecoats, but it's up to you. I do have some change of clothes in case the Bluecoats get word of what actually happened. And if they are looking for you, you might want to change your clothes, but like I said, it's up to you. But we'll keep making our way to the campsite, and as soon as we get there, actually, even though it's a ritual cast for the tiny hut, actually it only takes a minute, not 10 minutes,
Really?
according to the spell.
I think it takes a minute to cast normally, but if you ritually cast it, it takes 10 minutes. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So it actually takes 11 minutes, right, to ritually cast in? Because ritually cast is like plus 10 minutes, and to cast Lehman's Hut using a spell slot takes 1 minute, right? So that people can't just cast it in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so it's and then plus 10.
Well, if you cast tiny hut during combat, most likely you're going to get freaking killed because
Yeah, exactly.
it's like
It's
you're
a
going to
minute. A minute casting time doesn't mean that it only takes a minute. Anyway,
Okay.
Yeah.
you want to proceed on to this little X on the map. This one specifically.
Absolutely.
Okay. You proceed north. You start finding your way to the more thick, wooded lands. You notice that unlike the swamp woods, this wooded area seems to be finally out of the water table. You guys find your feet and your horse's hooves. Your horse's hooves landing on firm ground for the first time in a while, not slipping and sliding as you walk. Ferns and forest sounds all around you. The smell, no longer of brine and salty marsh, but instead of fresh pine and trees, and you guys notice that your elevation is slowly starting to rise. You make your way to where you think, Havel, that this little marked area might be. And as you find your way there, you do indeed locate a small footpath that your horses are just able to travel in single file, which leads you sort of up a winding little path that leads up one of these rolling hills until you finally find yourself atop the hill at what looks like a small abandoned campsite. The roof is made of ramshackle. There seems to be 3 roofed buildings, 2 small and 1 large. The roofs seem to be made of ramshackle reed thatch, as well as some skins and leathers stretched over it, and what looks to be other odds bits and bobs used to create it. It looks half survival shelter, half shack, and it perches atop the hill on what appears to be a bit of rocky outpatch that these large swamp wooden poles rise from and have this covering. As you guys make your way in, you do smell campfire.
Seems there's company.
Yes, I tell them not to worry. Not to worry, folks. They're my guys. Most likely, you should not be a problem. And as I move forward, I'm looking at the campsite. Do I see anybody at the campsite?
As you're approaching, you don't notice anybody off the bat, but you guys are approaching off the path, and it seems to be specifically designed that if you're coming up the path, all you notice is the sides of the side of the largest building. Specifically designed that way.
I'll continue on. It's like nothing is a problem. It's the first time I see any light being. I'm gonna just put my hands up and say that I'm here with Donnie.
You make your way into the camp and you don't see any living people. But you do notice that one of the shelters has some chickens in it. There's like 5 chickens just like pecking around the ground and in this little like ramshackle wooden enclosed like it's literally like all the swamp sticks and vines and stuff have been used to create a little basket that the chickens are inside with a little coop that seems to be next to them. The fire is still lit, and in fact there's a pot of something that smells fragrant on it.
Smells like lunchtime. Ooh.
I tell everybody, it's like, all right. I'm looking at the ground. I'm going to look for like fresh footprints.
This area is active, yeah. I'm not going to make you roll a perception roll for that. There's footsteps all around, and the ground is cleared in the way that only if someone inhabited this space it would be. There's no overgrowth.
What's cooking? John peers into the pot.
I tell him, it's like probably the guys. I said probably the guys are doing the lookout for this campsite. This is normally a hiding place to get away from the heat.
Is there anything
You know what I mean?
the cooking pot? Sorry.
Oh no, I'm done.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He says as he peers into the pot to see if there's anything gross or appetizing in it.
As you look into the pot, it looks like chunks of meat.
No fingernails, no eyeballs or anything. No tongues, no ears.
You want to poke around?
Yeah, he'll definitely grab a ladle from the edge, and he does churn through it
You grab what seems to be a hand-carved wooden ladle and give it the old scoopity-doop. And as you give it the old scoopity-doop, what you do notice is there's like bits of that. That's definitely fish. And that definitely looks like sausage. And that's a scale.
Fish
That's-
scale?
It looks like leathery alligator skin.
It's that damn good gator jambalaya.
Yeah, it looks like a good old hodgepodge. Let's see if it's salted. He goes and he takes a slurp after blowing on the spoon.
Oh, is it spicy?
God, it burns.
It's not jambalaya. It's a good old Cajun jumbo. What's it?
Gumbo.
Gumbo. Yeah, gumbo. Sorry, not jumbo. Gumbo. Filet gumbo.
Eat it with some bread or something. Ooh, it's got some heat to it.
I tell him, well, you're in the Delta. You're in the Delta, Mr. Moreno. You like them spicy.
I see that. Ooh.
Lula is Lula's going to sorry, I don't know what the fuck just happened right now. Having seen having seen the interactions between everyone else and all that jazz, Lula's going to cup her hands around her mouth and say, "Hello, is anybody here? We come with no ill intention."
You hear a voice. For a second, actually, there's silence. And the sound of the woods and the trail around you. And then you hear a voice from the woods. Yeah, I hope the fuck you do.
Now, don't need to have. Anyway, look, we're just weary travelers. We just want to spend the night here, and we'll be on our way first thing in the morning. No need. We don't need to be all hostile. We're just real tired right now. So, if we could please just stay here for the night.
How many is you?
We is 4 adults and 3 children with 3 horses.
Yeah.
Hell has blood
3
all over
horses.
his as she like talking to
Mm.
Palms look super red to me.
And is you armed?
Yeah. Sorry. We is armed, yes, but it's for our own protection. And I have a feeling we won't be needing our arms around here, because this feels like a very homely and very safe place. I might add.
Yeah, the chickens really give it a homey feel.
There's silence. The rest of you hear Lula shouting this exchange with someone off in the woods.
I kind of intercede and it's like, I yell out, it's like, we're friends of Donnie from Delta City.
Oh yeah, that would help.
There's like a moment of silence from the woods. And you hear, I ain't got enough catfish for all of us. And then you
So-
notice what
Mhm.
looks like a small, hunched over human. He has half of his hair, like only from the back over here, back, but it seems to be long and like grizzled and gray and black, salt and pepper. He's got like long salt and pepper beard. One eye is half closed, his nose is like bent in 6 different directions. Man looks 75 years old, and he looks like he's done it all on rough road, And he steps out of the surrounding wilderness with a fishing pole over his shoulder and one barbel, one catfish with long barbs held in his arm. But as he said, it's only about a foot long. It's not enough to feed all of you.
Aggie, is that you? Nah, not green enough.
Greeting, sir.
I go. It's like, well, we're just sitting here for the night. We got some of our own food. You might take a little bit, some for these little pup, the young ones here. But you don't have to worry about me or some and some of the other folks. How many more days of traveling do we have before we hit Tenten from this point?
Going along the coast road to where you know tension is because you've seen it in the Colony Chronicle, it's at least 3-4 days of travel riding hard on horseback. That's hard travel.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
like the normal journey would take most people a week.
Crap. Does anybody know how to hunt?
I do.
Well, I know what hunting is, and I didn't have much success, but I can help out.
Yeah. I tell the rest of the guys like we're journeying from the map. I tell them it's like we still got like a few days, unless you guys are packing some food. Might have to do a little bit of hunting right now.
Yeah, that's fine. I bet Aslan's good at it.
Did it my whole life.
There we go.
And after like stressing and whatnot, I dismount. And I'm just like, do you? I asked the old guys like, what's a good hunting ground? Like, what's a good to catch here? Well, catfish, maybe some eel. Skip the frogs.
He gives you a funny look as you say it, and he goes, "Frog legs the damn best part."
Oh.
Y'all
I
brought anything from the city?
I'm sorry, what?
Y'all brought anything from the city?
Don't worry, I got us. He sticks his hand into his coat and he pulls out from his bag the bottle that he took from the Best in the West's pantry. And he smiles to him, shaking the bottle, saying, "I'm down to share."
He gives you like a wicked grin. You notice that like half of his teeth are missing. You know, it's and you can smell his breath as he smiles. He goes, "Well, we gonna be friends, all right. Come on in. I got supper cooking."
So noticing the state of his mouth, John smile lessens ever so slightly, and then he says, "Let me get you a cup." And then he puts his hand into his jacket again, and he pulls out a tin cup that he had also taken from the Best of the West. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, from the Mud Bank that he stole from the Mud Bank, like one of their tin cups, and he pours them a full cup and offers it to him, and he says, "Please have a seat. We got some stories for you, I'll tell you."
And I got some stories for you. Come on, friends. And he like welcomes you guys, and he says, There's enough food for everybody."
Sweet.
And
John
he
says,
looks as he's sitting around, and John's pouring, and he pours into the tin cup. Sorry, what are you gonna say?
well, he serves out drinks for everyone, whoever accepts it.
He accepts it. He gets some of what seemed to be his own hand carved wooden mugs to pour more drinks for everybody in. And as he's going, he looks you up and down, John, and he goes, "You know magic?"
In a way, I can do magic, but knowing, that's a little bit less natural to me.
You might be able to solve some problems.
What you need, old timer?
He looks at you and goes, well,
Not really the healing sort. If you got any sores or the like,
nothing like that.
not that type
Just
of man.
a light in the dark, you know?
Okay. What you need?
Oh, I need some fuel, I guess is the word.
Right. Kind of fuel.
The kind of fuel that is used in incantations and the like.
Magic words and stuff.
He looks you up and down. He goes, more like magic blood.
You want my blood?
And I think that's how we're going to end the session. Because that sounds like an interesting way as anything.
Yeah, it is. Left us on a cliffhanger, and now we gotta wait till next week
to figure out what this old man wants. So I hope everybody had as much fun as we did. Please do follow, or follow us on Twitch. We're also going to upload this onto YouTube, so go and like and comment and do all of those good things over there. Really appreciate everyone who views. We hope you guys all had as much fun as we did. We hope you have a great week ahead of you and get natural 20s on all of your rolls and have success in all of your future quests. From us here at the Quest and Quill Group, have a great week and goodbye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, people.